Hello, hello, hello. How are we all doing today? Going to be starting the stream up here very shortly. Going to be doing some rock mining today. Hello, hello, hello. How are we all doing today? So this is going to be a nice little rock mining mission here that we're going to be doing. Kind of keeping in to the theme of keeping it simple. So yeah, let's get things rolling. I already did one of these, and I just really like rock mining, so I figured we would kind of check that out, continue to do something that I love to do in the game. My name is Yentra, in case you don't know, and I run an org on Discord called the Know Nothings, and we primarily do mining, prospector mining. That's sort of the main theme. That's kind of where I got my start in the game. Actually, I take that back. I got my start doing box missions. And that's really how I started to get into making enough money to actually do anything. And that was a pretty good, beginner profession. A lot of people recommend doing box missions. I am one of those people. I think it's a good first profession. It gets you to learn to fly your ship, to move around in the verse, and, gets you out of your comfort zone, makes you go to certain places that you might not have gone before. But then very shortly after that, I got into mining, and I started doing quantanium mining right away. And then I kind of discovered the rock and went backwards. A lot of people go, from hand mining to rock mining to prospector mining, but I went the other way around. I was looking for a bit of a variety in my mining, and I figured that rock mining would be a good way to kind of mix it up. And of course, it has a very big advantage, which is that you can make your money right away with rock mining. And you don't have to worry about doing the refinery and the run to the refinery and all that stuff. You just get to kind of mine. And after the 3.17.1 patch, mining really changed. Quantanium mining really changed. I wouldn't say it changed for the better. It just got different. And well, actually, I wouldn't say it got worse. It just got different. And in the area of scouting, that's really where things changed dramatically. I think we're going to head to Magda, like right away. That's what we're going to do. Before I go, I'm just going to check to see if I have a hot suit with me. The Pembroke suit. I mean, on vehicle, I definitely have a Pembroke suit. Let's sort these. There we go. That's the one I wanted. There it is. Okay, great. So, rock mining has its ups and downs as well. But what I've found is that you get to do more mining, less scouting. That's just one of those things that the Quantanium mining, or just if you're mining any of the other ores in the Prospector or the Mole, you are spending, you're spending a lot more time scouting than you are mining proportionally. And in the world of mining, if you enjoy the activity, the actual mini game of mining, rock mining is great for that. You're going to be breaking a lot more rocks. It takes a lot longer, of course, to make any money doing rock mining, but it's definitely worth it. Now, I could go through there. If they're going to let me go through there, I'm going to go through there. Okay. Yeah, some fancy flying. It just flew right through the station. So, rock mining, I guess, what I would say if you're new to rock mining, to set some expectations for you. You're not going to make a lot of money. You're probably going to make about, if you're really looking at and mining the correct gems, which I'll talk about in a second, then the higher value gem, you're going to probably make around 90K an hour. Put that into perspective, that same amount of time in a prospector, if you get lucky doing some good scouting, you could easily make close to 400 or 500 credits, 1,000 credits. So that's kind of the part of the game that you have to be clear about. It's because everyone's really interested in credits. They're interested in making a lot of credits. And so if you're trying to get into the game and you're trying to make a ton of credits, you're not going to make that rock mining. But if you're new to the game and you are trying to build up a balance and you haven't gotten into mole or prospector mining, then, this is a good jump to that instead of going right into prospector mining, mole mining. You can use rock mining to help you earn enough credits to maybe buy a prospector. So start renting a prospector, which I would say is only really valuable or profitable if you're with friends. A rented prospector can't really do much on its own, and you've probably heard that before. So, you might choose to use rock mining as a way to save up for that prospector. That's kind of what a lot of people do. I didn't do that. I just went right into a prospector. Okay, here we are at Magda. Now, there's not a lot of places to go, but I'm going to take one of these OM markers and jump around to the sun side. So now that we're on the sun side, let's pop down here. And I think I am going to just kind of head down. Yeah, I'm just going to head straight down. We have a little bit of time. So as I mentioned, there's kind of, if you're new to rock mining, you might find this helpful. If you're not, new to rock mining, you obviously already know this, but essentially there's 3 gems that are mineable by the rock vehicle. Hadnite, Aphorite, and Dolvine. And I listed those in order of profitability. Hadonite is really the one that you're going to want. That's the one that everyone goes for because it has the highest value. And Aphorite is it's worth mining, and some people just don't care between again, if they're not there making if the intent isn't to make a lot of money, Aphorite can be just fine as well. But Dolvine is definitely not worth mining. It is a very volatile rock, and it's really difficult to break, and it has the lowest value of the 3. So the way I remember it is Hadnite is all right, or Hadnite, I'm sorry, Hadnite is tight, and Aphorite is all right, and Dolvine is not fine. So, that helps. But as soon as we get in and kind of get closer to the surface, I'll talk more about those kind of things, the specifics of rock mining. But I really enjoy it. I think it's like probably one of the better game loops. You can, unlike a lot of the gameplay in Star Citizen, you're stuck waiting for a mission. You have to, once you get the mission, then you have to go somewhere, then you have to do something. And that's fine. That's the basic setup and gameplay of mining. Of just about anything but mining. But with mining, you choose when you go, you choose where you go, you choose how long you're going to be there, you choose, which rocks you decide you're going to break. So you just get a lot more control over all of the things that you'd expect or want to have control over. And on top of that, you can, make some money while you do these things. So it's not, it's not one of those things where you're not making any money. In fact, mining can be and has been in previous patches to be the best way to make money. So I think bounties kind of are becoming the better option if you're into bounties. But if you want to make money, mole and prospecting mining, that's really the way to go. If you want to make a little bit of money and have more control over your activity, and also really have more time doing actual mining, then rock mining is what I would recommend. Let's get to the surface here. I say that and I wasn't even flying. I still had cruise control on. we're gonna head west. I like to go west mainly because that's where the sun is headed. So just kind of keep going. So we're heading south. I went too far, didn't I? Oops. Gotta learn my directions here. That's southeast. There we go. Again, just sort of a thing that I do. Tend to go south when I go like north to south or south to west, north, and then east to west or west to east. But I pick the cardinal directions because they're just easier to remember. And then, I know I'm kind of heading in that general direction. It doesn't have to be exactly west, but as I start to look for gems here, I want to be able to know that I can veer off path and head back to my general direction and not flying in circles. So now that we've getting close here, we can start pinging. And I was at 360, so I'm gonna bring that down to 179. Those little there's a lot of boxes there, and I tend to kind of ignore the first set of boxes. I do that because the way to find gems is you want to look for something that's 3,000 to 5,000 kilometers away from, or meters away from you. So I'm going to take a look at this one. And as you approach, if it still stays a box close to 1,000, then that's going to be a gem. Or in this case, a couple of gems. So it looks like there's just 3 there, but we'll see what we got. And that's Hadnite. It's only 50% Hadnite, but I think it's still worth mining, so we're going to do it. And I always like to check the wrap, because if it does that, that's not good. Actually run into situations where oops, kind of had the ship get damaged and blown up and all kinds of bad stuff. So I'm a lot more particular about where I land than a lot of people. I'm a perfectionist about that. Like, I just don't want to be in a situation where I can't get the rock back in, and that's pretty good. I mean, that's as good as I think we're gonna get, kind of in this area. So we'll call that a win. And we're kind of out in the middle of nowhere. So, do you need to button up your ship? Kind of risk it. We can risk it, It's not... If somebody comes along, we're going to want to get into the ship pretty fast anyway. So when you're on a pad in a mining station somewhere, yeah, you better lift your cargo bay. But out here in the middle of nowhere, You know, and in some ways it's, like I said, it's probably better to not. Somebody comes along right now and I need to get back into my ship. I'm going to want that door open. All right, let's break some rocks. Kind of bounce back and forth between picking these things up right away or breaking a couple of rocks in a row. I'm not a fan of breaking, you know, like 6 rocks in a row. That just doesn't work for me. And that stems from a time when the rock would break down. It would overheat pretty quickly, pretty easily. And it still does break down quite a bit. But, and you got to be cautious about that. But you can get away with breaking, you know, you can game for about, 40 minutes or so. And then you got to start thinking about maybe checking the rock in for repairs. See this a lot more and more where there's like this big delay before it actually breaks the rock, but there we go. I thought we were bugging. Last time I did a stream on rock mining, I found that we're on kind of a dying server, and so I'll be checking chat every once in a while, and being a little bit more cautious than I was last time because I had a pretty good load of hadnite, and I lost it in the mix, lost it with a 30K. Having some desyncing issues there. It was really bouncing for me on that last one. That was a little weird. I've had that happen before. Not too bad. You know, so with rock mining, you know, the key is time. Just keep going. Don't waste a lot of time. I know I wasted a lot of time when I was landing. I was trying to be a perfectionist, but and I'm just going to be that way just because in the long run, it saves you time from having to jump back in your ship and re-land to a place where you can get the rock back in. So I take the extra time there. It's not about completely removing, you know, all of the things that it takes to get the job done. It's just about doing them in a way that makes it efficient as possible. So we did okay there. Now, normally what I would do in this case is I would move those gems into my Valkyrie with voice attack. But I don't, I mean, I do have it running and we could test that out later. But I figured we would kind of not subject you to something that's not going to work really well. Because when I am not streaming, I do have this set up pretty well. That's north. So again, so I just kind of head west, right? Because that's what I was doing before.
Attention. The recent illegal blockade of a station in Crusader space has been concluded. As we continue to work to bring those responsible to justice, please use extra caution as you resume normal travel. That is all.
It must have been an old box. Oh, where's that at right there? I think that might be what I came across. Maybe 3 there. Let's go check them out. Had night. Hey, we're doing okay. Shouldn't really curse it.
Landing gear.
Valkyrie is really great in atmosphere. There's a little wind here and it is pushing me. You can see it's kind of pushing me, but you turn VTOL on this thing and it is a rock. It will sit wherever you want it to sit. Hey, first try. That's great.
Engines offline.
It's one of the reasons why a lot of people like the rock. Excuse me, the Valk. Star Streamer, the famous rock miner. I've been watching him for forever. He started, I don't remember which ship he actually was in, but he was, he started, you know, kind of really, using the Valkyrie, and I have to admit, I was like, I'm pretty happy with my Star Runner, and that's what I was using for rock mining, and just thought it was, you know, excessive to get another ship just for rock mining. But then I tried, you know, doing a few runs in some places that were very much, you know, less than ideal from with the atmosphere. And I found that it's kind of one of those things where it really was a night and day experience. I mean, this ship really is. And I know a lot of people complain about the MSR, the doors and getting in and out of that ship, but I never had a problem with that. I mean, you can time it so you're practically running through to the back of the ship, and I don't see that as like a valid excuse or reason rather to knock that ship. It just does so much. And it's a great flying ship too. But I tried the Valk, and it is great. It's perfectly suited. I will say you can fit 2 ROCs, a ROC and a mule in the back of the Valkyrie. But I will say that the MSR, that bay is just wider and it's just better. It is just it's just better for fitting 2 vehicles. You can easily put them side by side with plenty of room to get in and out, and you can drive in and out faster if you've got more room. With the Valkyrie, I do find there's those kind of struts in the back of the bay. I'll point them out when we kind of head back. And those get in your way. So you can get in, and then you have to account for those struts. These are kind of scattered all over the place, so I'm going to start scooping before I lose track of some of these. Also, whenever I rock mine, I'm always thinking about when is this thing going to break down? Not if it's going to break down, but when is it going to break down? And so I don't want to leave all of those gems sitting out there, because then I'll have to go pick them up one at a time. And that's no fun. So I'm not going to scoop up all those ones over there on the left. I'll get those on the way back. I'm sure you guys are really excited about, every little thought I have about rock mining as I'm actually mining, but just sharing what I'm thinking. I don't know, maybe you might find it useful. I think when I watch streams, I really learn a lot, and that's kind of one of the favorite parts of that for me anyway, so I just sort of naturally want to share information.
Extraction mode on.
Should be fun. Oh, good. I was a little worried about those things being obstructed, but I think those are kind of dummy rocks. They're not real. They're cosmetic only. We could drive over them, and that's my guess. That one's on the move. What's going on with that one? It's got a little mind of its own. What is happening? Okay, there we go. It was definitely traveling, but at kind of a weird pace there. Okay, so we've got about 21 SUs. That's good. Let's do a quick check. If anyone is complaining about a 30K. Nope. No one is. That's not the only way to check, obviously. But it's a good first indicator. Somebody will start complaining. So the last time I did this rock mining stream, we went to Aberdeen and then Ariel, and I have to say, I didn't have very much luck at either at the scouting end. It took a lot longer to find anything. So we'll break a couple more rocks, head back and sell. I just want to do, I mean, if we find a good cluster, that would be great.
Engines online. Landing gear raised.
So you can see this is just another example, like I'm just kind of heading west. I really don't have to worry about where I was before, I just remember to head west. I'm not really paying attention as well as I should be. I think that was a new spawn. And those are some rocks over there. I wish I had my prospector. Every time I see a cluster like that, I just get excited. And I want to prospect, my prospector. I want to break those rocks, but we're not on Lyria. We are on Magda, so... this is a nice cluster, so let's keep our fingers crossed. Head night. All right. All right. That is awesome. That is cool. Okay, awesome. I'm so excited. I don't know what to do, you know? Definitely going to get the ship in a better position. Yeah, that is great. I have to say, I have not seen a cluster on Ariel or Walla, and excuse me, Ariel or Aberdeen in forever. So, you know, when you see them, it's just, you know that it's not going to waste your time landing. This is going to be a tough landing, I think. Yeah, it's kind of difficult to know what's level until you get down a little bit more. I think we're going to try this, though, and we'll see how we do. I don't think the ramp is going to... Do I hear another ship there? No, that's just the wind. We'll put VTOL on because we're going to be doing some little micro movements here. And VTOL will help us out quite a bit. I've known people to actually leave the ship on and take it up like this, point its nose down a little bit, and just kind of leave it. But I'm not that brave. It is a cluster, so again, ooh. You know what? I'm going to take that. I'm going to take it.
Engines offline.
It's pretty windy out there. I'm hearing a lot of wind. And I don't know, maybe it was a ship flying by. We'll take a peek. So those are the struts that I was talking about earlier. And you can see I'm going to have a nice time getting back in. But those struts on the right and left there, they just kind of get in the way when you're trying to get a couple of ground vehicles in there in the back of that bay. It is windy. Very windy.
Extraction mode on.
Yeah, listen to that wind.
On.
It's really windy.
Extraction mode on. Mining mode off. Mining mode on. Fracturing mode on.
timed that one wrong, didn't I? Yeah, it happens.
Warning. Power critical. Extraction mode on. Fracturing mode on. Extraction mode on.
Ooh.
Extraction mode on.
You just can't pay attention to the voice. We are not scooping. So, I mean, I haven't been doing that much mining. Rock mining. Okay, well, I mean, it's off. That's why.
Extraction mode on.
Auto travel once again resuming freely in the sector. Crusader security is working to find him.
Can turn that voice down, right? Yeah, so, I mean, turning it on and off was the fix there. It wasn't scooping.
Fracturing mode on.
We're gonna break a couple in a row. I don't like alternating. Seems like it takes a little bit longer.
Extraction mode on.
I don't like to break them all. You know, it just seems to me like a little excessive. I think there's a lot, also because I feel like there's a lot of despawn that happens with these, in my experience. When you get just a bunch of these gems loose, you can see them despawn. And maybe I'm superstitious, I don't know, maybe that's been fixed. But, you know, when you start to pick up habits from
Fracturing mode on.
previous bugs, then it's hard to break those habits. So we're sitting at 30 SU roughly. We're getting to the point where you might think about selling. Especially since I'm not transferring these rocks these gems into the Valkyrie. I'm extra cautious. I've lost too many loads of gems because I waited too long and stayed out mining. Although I have to say, finding this cluster and finding 3 in a row, it's going to be tough to go back and sell.
Extraction mode on.
Because when you're selling, you're not earning. Whoa. What was that? Oh, they're just flying all over from the... Yeah, that's weird. I try to keep the laser still. Just moving it around also is one of those things that I'm sure people think it scoops them up faster if you do that, but you'd be surprised what gets picked up. Ooh, you know what? Oh, I was gonna say. Yeah, there's a big delay there between when I was trying to back up and to when it actually started to back up. And we're losing daylight here. So that's another good reason to kind of move along here. Let's try to get this thing into the Valkyrie without killing ourselves, huh? The rock has a great turning radius. You just have to remember to turn the wheels before you start to move forward. Okay. I feel pretty good about this. I think now is the time to go cash in on our chips. And we can repair the rock and head back out if we feel like it. We'll see how I feel when we get to the station. Yeah, you know, it is a tough call sometimes because, you know, I must say when you have three runs like that in a row, that's really handy. That is really tempting. But you have to know when to cash in, you know? That's a big part. So we are going to check that out. We're going to check to see how much money we've made, and go from there. I mean, I like the idea of kind of hanging out here. This has been really good. Really good. That looks like a good jump point. Uh-oh, we got company. Let's just see who they are, right? It's an 890 jump. I don't think they're going to be messing with us. Yeah, we're going to go. We're going to go. I don't think I have anything to worry about. I don't think an 890 jump's going to care that a Valkyrie's rolling up on it.
Landing gear deployed.
So if I do this right, I shouldn't have to take the rock out. But I'm going to probably need to repair this thing anyway, just because it's been out for a while. I was doing some rock mining before I started streaming, so this is probably long overdue to be repaired. And I found there's a really kind of a sharp drop off from when you've got the rock, 100% health to, all of a sudden you just can't move the rock. So, I almost always get caught up by surprise, and I'm very cautious about the health of the rock. Let's see the 890. That doesn't mean it's not there. There it is. This guy's elevator down. It's not very smart, Mr. 890. Not very smart. Oops. What am I doing? Okay.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay. Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
So let's check this thing in, and then, oh man, I'm so tempted to just walk over there and get into that 890 jump. I'm so tempted to do that. There are plenty of places to hide in that ship. Plenty of places.
Welcome to the ROC vehicle retrieval system. Please visit us again.
Okay.
Welcome to the ROC vehicle retrieval system.
So I've got 2 rocks, which I find to be pretty handy because you can't always repair these things. They are subject to the same issue that all the other ships have, in that he's cycling. He's coming in. Hey buddy. I want to close your 890 jump in there. I could run out there right now, jump in. You wouldn't even know it. Anyway, so what I was saying is, let's see what he spawns. I'm just going to kind of linger a little bit, maybe. Trying to see where I need to go sell. It's on the other side. Yeah. He may be waiting for me to see what I'm doing. He's not looking out the window. Just curious what he's going to be putting in that 890. Those are fun ships. And I can tell you from experience, they're not fun to land in a mining station where we are now. Just going to leave that guy alone. We're doing some selling. Now, normally you can leave the rock in the main ship if you didn't know that, and you should be able to sell from these terminals just fine. So, oh yeah, okay. These Novikov helmets are 1,500 credits, and when we're doing low money missions or activities like we are now, a 1,500 credit bonus is nice. And you'll notice I actually forgot to move over some of the other inventory that I had in local. So, oh man, the glare. Yeah, 99,000. Okay, hey, that's not too bad. That's actually not too bad for a run. We have been, we were mining for a while, but we had 3 really good hits there on Walla. Now, just to put that in comparison from a monetary standpoint, last stream, I was mining for a little over an hour, and I made like 47,000. So, over double. In less time. I feel like this was less time. I didn't actually time it all out, but while we're here, we're going to do two things. Doesn't look like whoever was flying that 890 was doing any looting, so I want to do a little looting if possible. I don't need anything that's going to be in this box, but let's just check it out. Yeah, I don't want any of that. I'm just looking at my hydration levels, so I know I'm going to need to get something to drink. So we'll check that out. Get a few more drinks, yeah. Really like to see a red box here. Yeah. I'm gonna get something to drink here. Okay, so I can't forget to get that inventory into the Valkyrie. Yeah, okay, so I'm thinking I'm gonna respawn the ROC. Now that 890's gotta be gone, right? No, still here. What are they doing? What are they doing? Are they still in here? Trying to make a big decision, I guess, or taking some time loading stuff up? That elevator is still down. Interesting. I mean, we did just make 99,000, so should we? No, we're not going to go in there. We're going to leave him alone. We're going to leave him alone. We're going to leave him alone. People who have 890s don't like attention. I'm just joking. Of course they like attention. I do happen to own an 890, so everything I say about people who fly 890s is something I'm saying about myself. So what I would typically do here is just swap my ROC, just get the other one.
Your insurance claim has been sent.
And we can wait 10 seconds.
Vehicle selected. Stand by. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location. Goodbye.
What's going on with my... Huh. That's weird. Where'd my paint go?
Welcome to the ASOC vehicle retrieval system.
I have a paint. Actually, it's really handy because I use it to keep track of the different... Oh, I see. Oh, that's weird. Did I not file... I did that right. I filed a claim on this first one. I remember doing it.
Your insurance claim has been sent.
Okay, that was weird. I think that was the bug, that if you file a claim, if you click the button to file a claim, and you move your mouse up or down to the next row, up or down, which is a habit of mine, it will actually apply that to wherever you moused to, or wherever you went to.
Vehicle selected. Stand by.
This should be an orange
Your
paint.
vehicle has been delivered to the following location. Please visit us again. Goodbye.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. So just another reason why to throw, if you have two vehicles, obviously, throwing a paint on there to keep them straight from one another is probably worthwhile advice. Yay. At least it didn't die. Because that numbering isn't consistent. It won't always be ROC 2 or ROC 1 for that matter. Did I get hurt? Or is it just really windy? So I've got the orange paint on this one. And that way I know it's different than the one with the gray paint. Okay, let's... Okay, I think they're gone now, right? Yeah. Oh, look at that. Take a screenshot. Now what we could do is we could do some more rock mining. Or we could do something else, but I think we'll stick with rock mining for now. Okay, that's a little ridiculous. I mean, I've been in some windstorms, and I've never been knocked over like that in real life. The wind is just unbearably, it's really affecting my character movement right now. Dun dun dun. Okay, that was very strange. Very, very strange. And I almost made a experiencing technical difficulties screen today for my stream. I still don't have all even the basics. So I could jump You wouldn't have to watch me, do something as boring as load into the game. But I'm curious. Now, that was a client-side crash, so I think I'm going to be back to Argal 1, which is my home spawn. But I'm curious, so I want to check. So we'll see how that goes. Again, I think I mentioned this before in the other streams, but I'm going to have kind of a maximum number of crashes or 30Ks before I just sort of call the stream. Because it's no fun watching this. And, want it to be a little bit more than just loading up Star Citizen. So we'll see how things go here. I'm always curious because they've gotten, it seems to me, I've been playing this game for a while, and it seems to me that there's just been some really good progress made, kind of on the crashing, the 30K recovery. It's really kind of picked up and it seems to be much better. I've actually been in situations where I've been rock mining and I just finished scooping and I crashed and I was out on, Daymar, whatever. And after I recovered from the crash, I was in my rock. Now the rocks that I had been mining, I had already scooped up, but they were gone, of course. But all of the material that I had scooped up was still in my rock. So I've seen situations where things have kind of been restored to almost where you were before the crash. So let's just see where I end up today. Okay. Did I just get a 30K low? Wow. That was weird. It's saying Argal 1. Let's just see what we get. I'm just very curious. That's never happened to me before. I've never crashed loaded into a 30K. But there's a first time for everything. So we're going to see where we spawned and see, I'm kind of eating into our time here. So see what happens. And if I end up way away from where we were, which is probably what's going to, what?
Systems activating. Systems on.
What in the hell? That is not my ship.
Systems off.
That is not my ship. 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 That is someone else's ship. I do not own a Cutlass Black. So I spawned in to that because that's where I was. And my Valkyrie, which was there, and I was loading that in right before the crash. That's a new one. That is a new one for me. Obviously local inventory is all there. And my gray cat ROC is there. But my Valkyrie is not there. Interesting. Very interesting. What am I am half tempted. And they're smart. They don't have their... I mean, if I were flying that ship, you know, and I just come in for a landing, and I just land, and then a gray cat ROC spawns with a guy in it, that'd be weird. That'd be weird. Okay, yeah. Yeah. That is the strangest yeah, that's weird. I've never had that happen to me before. I don't know how you would even replicate that, because did I get, you know, crash recovery from the client? No, you never do. But then I logged into a 30K, right? So then that's 30K recovery, but I'm confused as to how that even happened. I was just saying, you know, sometimes I've spawned back into the ROC as I was literally, you know, mining. But I've never had that happen where I've been on the pad. And I guess, you know, what are the odds somebody lands on the same pad that you happen to be on? But what would have happened? Is he gone? Yeah, they're gone. I should have stuck around and told my tale to whoever owned that Cutlass Black. Where are we again? We're in Walla. We're in Magda. Yeah, I'm curious if that Cutlass Black wondered where I came from. I don't think they were in the ship, so they probably had no idea what was going on. Yeah. So now you're wondering, how do I get off this planet? Well, I have two options. One is to put a rescue beacon. But the better option is for me to just spawn my Pisces. Now, where the hell is my Valkyrie gonna be? Back at Arc L1, hopefully? Because I did have that suit in there, and that's a subscriber item too, so hopefully I don't lose that. I'll have to do a character
Welcome
reset.
to the ASOC vehicle retrieval system.
This is the best, you know, puddle
Your
jumper
insurance claim has been sent.
out there. It's great for exactly this situation, and it's one of the few ships you can spawn that, on one of these pads. It takes 21 seconds.
Please visit us again.
So we're going to wait a little bit on that one. Yeah, I'm just still taken aback by the experience I just had. Because I can only imagine, like I said, I can only imagine if I were that person in the Cutlass Black, just rolling on up and seeing a Grey Cat ROC spawn. It would have been so great if they were just coming in for a landing.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle
That would have been
retrieval
awesome.
system.
Let's see if I
Vehicle
can
selected.
truly
Stand
spawn
by.
this.
Your vehicle has been delivered to the
Yeah.
following location. Visit us again.
You gotta love that. You gotta love that. Oh, come on. Let's walk. Let's walk to the Pisces. This is like honestly one of my favorite little get to where you need to go ships. If you don't have a Pisces, or if you're looking for a small little, very dependable ship to get where you need to go very quickly, and it's great for pickups. There's a little cargo area here, and there's 2 jump seats. So it's not really a drop ship or anything. It's kind of like a mini drop ship. It doesn't have a bed or a kitchen or anything like that. But it is super fast. So I use this all the time for looting, and we're gonna sell these Novikov helmets because they're worth it. And I never leave anything in the Pisces because it's always the ship that I claim to get me where I want to go. Well, this has been very strange. So if you want to hang out and find out what happened to the Valkyrie, we're about to find out. And it's a good time to remind you to like and subscribe. I still feel weird saying it. I feel very weird saying it, but I would like it if you do it. It would be great. Trying to build this channel, obviously. And yeah, appreciate if you would like and subscribe. I'm going to be doing streams. The game plan is to attempt to do 3 a week. We're going to shoot for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That is my initial thought of the schedule. But we're going to do a regular schedule. And yeah, doing some mining. We'll be doing some box missions. We'll be doing whatever comes our way. Maybe some bunkers, maybe some bounties. A little bit of everything. Did not stick, did it? But I don't think I said it. No. Okay, it didn't appear anywhere on the map. Yeah, that did not stick, did it? Oh, there we go. At least I showed up on the map this time. So we're going to head back to Arc L1. I'm guessing that's where my ship is. And yeah, what happened to the Valk? What happened to that thing? It's anyone's guess where that thing is in the universe. It just disappeared. So this will be a good little end to the stream to keep you watching to the very, very end, because I have no idea where. I mean, I know where the Valkyrie is. It's going to be here. We're heading towards where it's going to be. The question I have is, what is it going to say on the ASOP terminal? Where does it think my Valkyrie is? And am I going to have to claim it? These are the questions that keep you playing and keep you watching. So we're going to see what happens. And this would be a great time to take a bet. What do you think is going to happen? Because I don't know. But my guess is that my ship is going to be retrievable at Arc L1, but it's going to say that it is at Walla. Or Magda. Why do I say Walla? I get Magda and Walla messed up. I knew it as I was saying it. I wasn't confident that it was Walla. The other thing, and I'm just going to keep, I'm going to keep talking about this because it just really, like what would have happened? Two things are right now floating through my head. The first one is, what would have happened if I had parked the Valkyrie, you know, way down at the end of the pad, and so I moved the ROC to the center part of the pad, right? You know, because that's where the back of the Valkyrie would have been. And then I had that crash. Would the Cutlass Black have like just been on top of me when I respawned in? That's the first thing that I'm thinking about, like. And the second thing, I guess, is a little less entertaining, which is just what would have happened if I wasn't actually in the ROC. Would I have spawned as, you know, right on the pad? Because I was about ready to jump out of the ROC. That's what was about to happen just before that crash. So that's the thing, like, you know, when you crash or when a 30K occurs, or both in my case, depending on what you're doing, you're going to end up having to do some form of game reset to bring you back to where you were. Because it's very rare that you will end up exactly where you were with the exact context in which you were in. you're something's going to change, right? Something's going to change. And it's probably going to be that you're on a different server, and that different server has, different ROC spawned or different persistent objects. It's kind of a big deal with this persistence update that they're working on, because it is going to be a thing that, in that situation that we just had, what's gonna happen? I spawn in, and all of a sudden everything that I had with me spawns with me. So there's a lot of things like that are going to have to be sorted out, so that there's some consistency in your gameplay. Otherwise, yeah, it's going to be weird. Yeah, you're going to have little weird things like that happen. And especially if you have, like right now, landing complete. Especially when you have, like we have 100 people on a server now, which is great. How many people are on this server right now? Oh, it's a new server, so we're still looking, but you have over 100 people on a server right now, and that's a lot. And so the likelihood of you running into somebody increases. But when they finish this entire feature, the persistence, there's gonna be a lot more than 100 people on a server. And you're definitely going to run into people, right? And when you run into them and they log out, what happens? And when they log in, probably even more importantly, what happens then? Do all their toys go away when they log out? Every ship that they have? Probably. Alright. I'm going to offload my stuff here, local, and we're going to answer the question that has kept us all curious, and that is, what happened to the Valkyrie? And I miss voice attack. I really do. Even just doing these few items is tedious. Okay, so the moment of truth is just moments away. Again, it's gonna be here, right? Okay, look at that. That's
Welcome to the ROC vehicle retrieval system.
unknown. I have to claim it. I have to claim that. Okay. 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 I'm not going to claim it. I don't think I'm going to claim it. I think I'm going to... not claim it, because I don't want to lose that armor,
Welcome to the ROC
and I want to live in denial for a little bit.
Please visit us again.
Yeah. That's what I want to do. Oops, hey, sorry, dude. I want to live in denial. I want to hope that I'm going to log back in. Everything's going to be fine. It's going to be fine, right? It's going to be fine. She's not going to answer me. It's going to be fine. 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 Worst case scenario. Worst case scenario, I have to do a character reset to get that armor back. And I definitely want that armor back. Yeah. You know what? While I'm here, I would very much like to see if I ever got my subscriber armor. Placeholder. That seems suspicious. Huh. Okay. Well, you know what? What was that? Sorry. I don't know why that's in my hangar. That must be some sort of ship. Maybe that's the ship. No, the ship for the month was the hover quad, I thought. Okay, so I am curious. It's not going to be fixed, obviously, but I have heard that there's a little server tick that can happen,
Welcome
and
to
everything
the
will be
ROC
fine and
retrieval
dandy.
system.
Oh, we're going to store that. I am loath to claim that. But you know what? You gotta suck it up. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Why that's there. Okay. Well, I think we're gonna wrap this up. We're gonna count our I never get over this. This is, to me,
Hi. Let me know if there's anything I can help you with.
such a weird bug, or NPC behavior.
Anthony Odlaw, please contact the front desk. Anthony Odlaw, please contact
It's
the
almost
front
like
desk.
most of the NPC behavior is not what a typical human would ever do. And I think that's what makes it kind of interesting. Like this person, this gentleman right here, he is just looking at the ground. And it's like he's in line. Like that's the behavior of somebody who's in a line at the bank or at the grocery store or something. But he's looking at a plant now. This guy is just literally looking at the wall.
Sweet, cool treat everyone loves.
I want to document all of this and do a video on NPC behavior because it's comically crazy. It is comically crazy in this game. This game has a lot going for it. I love playing it. And when things like this occur, they just stick out like a sore thumb, right? Like you can clearly see craziness there. Well, okay. We're gonna go ahead and kind of wrap things up here. It's been a pleasure, as always. Thing that we plan to have happen never happens the way that we want to plan it, or the way that we did plan it. And we just kind of roll with the punches here on this stream and, do what we can to continue to have fun regardless of what happens to us. And so thank you once again for staying to the end. And I really appreciate you watching this all the way to the end, and hope that you'll consider liking and subscribing like everybody always says. And we're gonna end it here. So I have been Yentra. I will be Yentra, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, bye bye.
He don't want love. He just wanna fuck. Ow, little vacation. Drink it till we naked. Talking with our tongues. We just having fun.